welcome to my channel. I have one of those placemats here that you can buy in the store. This is something like Folks leather and it has a raised design on it, and I wanted to see what I can do with it. So I have something like Play-Doh here. We call it Knete in Germany, but it's about the same. It's nothing permanent. Um, it will just keep the Porsalino that I want to pour into um, inside the perimeter that I want it to stay. So what I'm doing here, I'm just forming a little kind of a sausage piece just to fit the size that I want onto my placemat. So, and now I'm seeing if the size that I have already fits to what I wanted to make. And now I'm choosing the piece of the design that I want to make. And yeah, I'm trying to get it as round as possible, but yeah, it's not really round. But anyway, anyhow, yeah, with our glasses, yeah. So what's important now is that you press the Play-Doh into those crevices, and you have to prevent seepage. And this is why you have to do this really, really careful. And what you got to do too is that you don't make it too shallow, because when the piece that you're pouring into is going to be too thin in the end, this is not good. So if it's too low, you just take more Play-Doh and make a thicker piece of sausage to fit around the perimeter. I mixed up some Porsalino, which is like Jesmonite or Aquacast, and I will pour it into. I am going to do this with epoxy resin too, but I was trying to do this first with this kind of stuff just to see whether it works or not. So I'm pouring it in, and you just have to watch that you don't have no seepage where all the yeah, all the liquid can get out, and then we have to wait. It's about 3 or 4 hours later, and I'm taking my placemat off of my piece, and as you can see, it works a dream. And the design is showing like really well, and I like that, as you can see. Yeah, you see the detail? I like that. I'm taking off the Play-Doh now, and it comes off a dream. The Porsalino did not adhere to it at all. So my guess is with Jesmonite or Aquacast, it's the same thing. And it's a cheap alternative to a silicone mold if you want to copy flat surfaces. And this is what it looks now. Look at the details. I love it. And what you can see in the video here is that it has a kind of, on the lower parts, some kind of a structure. Yeah, I'm taking off the seepages and stuff like that, and so it will look kind of neat. So I'm taking chameleon mica powder and painting the deeper parts of this design, and as you can see, when the mica powder is on, you see the structure that the piece has on the lower parts. I like that. But you don't have to necessarily take chameleon mica powder. You can take any mica powder you want, or you take other colors like acrylic paint or stuff like that. Everything works. Then I took some gloss varnish and put some gold mica powder on there and mix it in and painted the raised parts, as you can see here. But I forgot to press the record button on my camera, so I could only show you this much. And what I'm doing here is I'm sealing the Porsalino with some gloss varnish, just to make sure that when I put it in resin, there will be no air coming out of the piece. And I do that in the front side also. So this is the mold that I want to put it in, and I mix up some resin with some mica powder, and I will pouring it onto the bottom of the mold, because last time I did something like that, similar, I had a big bubble on the bottom. This is why I'm painting my resin onto the piece already, to minimize the danger of having a large bubble on the bottom of this piece. So now I'm pouring the rest of the resin into my mold, and I will spread it so the bottom will be covered. And when I'm looking at this, I can see that there was not enough resin to cover the whole bottom. But the reason for that is I didn't want to make up too much, because I didn't want it to run over my design in the front when I'm laying it in there. So if there is overspill, this is like kind of problem then. That's why I didn't mix too much resin this time. And the way I could tell that there is not enough resin is because it pulled back on the bottom right there. I'm laying in my piece in the way that I want it, and as you can see, there are air bubbles coming out from the bottom of it. Yeah, you just have to make sure an hour later again whether there is more bubbles or not. I'm getting rid of my bubbles here with my little torch, and then I let this harden. The blue rim has hardened, and yeah, as you can see, my mold isn't full all the way, and I'm taking clear resin with a little bit of shimmer in there and pouring it over. Don't ask me where I got the shimmer from, because this was a piece of a mica powder package that I have from Big A, yeah, from China somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, and what you got to take care of an hour later or 2 hours later still, because there out of this Porsalino still can come some air out, and you will have bubbles on the surface. That's why you have to check over and over again. So it's cured, and I'm taking it out of the mold, and I really like it. If you're curious about the mold, I made it myself, and I will leave a link up here in the corner where I show how I made this. And yeah, I like that. It really is nice, not too much bubbles underneath, and yeah, I like it. Now I'm taking my cutter knife and cutting off the seepage or the overspill that you can see there, and I think we're ready. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, maybe share my video and show it to other people. I would appreciate that, and you would help me a whole lot with it. So until next time, I hope to see you again. Bye bye.